Hello guys, welcome to another exciting coding session in Python. Today we are going to be seeing what is known as a Python dictionary. Under a Python dictionary, we are going to see how we are going to create our own Python dictionary, accessing elements or modifying entries to a Python dictionary, removing or deleting elements from a Python dictionary, a dictionary membership test, integrating through a dictionary, and using inbuilt function in a dictionary. Basically, we're going to see a whole lot of new things under Python dictionary. So let's get started with our coding session. To begin with, what is a Python dictionary? A Python dictionary is another group of items. That is, the groups that are not of the same type, that are similar, that are completely different, they are not ordered, they are not in total order. It can be a group of cars, colors, it can be fruits, it can be ages, it can be status, speed, name whatever you want. That's what a Python is. That's what a Python dictionary is. And take note that doing in a Python dictionary, doing coding, at any point in time you can come and change the elements. That is, any data type can be changed. That is, it's changeable at any point in time. If you don't want that it should be key value 1, if you don't want that it should be key 1, you can change it to key 2. If there's something missing, you can even add. So we're going to see how we're going to create our own Python dictionary. Creating a Python dictionary in Python is easy. It's not difficult. All you need is curly braces and which are separated by a column. So in order to create a Python dictionary, the key values, that is the group of items will be found within braces. These are our braces here. We are going to see that when we're doing our coding. These are our braces here, and the key which now stands for the group of items is separated from the value which is the item within the group of items. That is, the key now represents the group of items. For example, cars stand for a group of items, while the value such as a RAF card, the value stand, okay, let's say a RAF card, which stands now for an item belonging in the group of items. Next, it can be ages. The age we are going to take is 24. For key, it can be anything, it can be status, it can be regular, it can be rich, it can be anything. So that's basically how we can create a Python dictionary. So creating a Python dictionary is easy. It's not difficult. It's not complex. We are going to see that when creating our own dictionary. So we are going to see how we can access elements in a Python dictionary. Accessing elements in a Python dictionary is easy. Accessing elements in a Python dictionary simply means that we want a particular element which is found in a group of in a dictionary to be returned as our result. For which we are going to see an example like that, adding or modifying entries to a dictionary. As we are going to see how in an existing dictionary we want to add a certain item or group of items that we forgot to put when writing our dictionary. We are going to see that, and this is mostly done using the equals to operator sign. We are going to use this operator sign. We are going to use this operator sign to do that. That is the equals to operator sign. We are going to do that. That is, we are going to add a value and keys to an already existing Python dictionary. And next, we are going to see how we are going to be removing or deleting elements from a Python dictionary. So removing or deleting elements in a Python dictionary, we are going to use the pop method. This pop method is used to remove maybe an unwanted group of items, that is a value and a key in an existing dictionary. That's the method we are going to use. We are going to use this pop method. We are going to use the pop method to do that, to remove what we don't want in our dictionary, and the result that will return is a result of it will be the result of the value that we don't want. That is of the key of the group of items we want key. If we remove h, the results we are going to have is the h, and if we remove the ranking, the result we are going to have is a ranking. And next, we are going to see a dictionary membership test. A dictionary membership test, we are going to see, you are going to use the in and not in. This is the in and not in. Basically, in a Python dictionary, or we are going to, the in stands for if something belongs to a dictionary, and not in if something doesn't belong in a dictionary. And the results that we always get is true or false. For true, in stands for yes, it belongs to this dictionary, and false stands for yes, no, it doesn't belong to this dictionary. And same goes for not in. Not in, if the result returns as true, that means yes, this item doesn't belong to this dictionary, and if it returns as false, it means that this item belongs to the dictionary. And we're going to see how we're going to use the inbuilt function. That is, inbuilt functions are already found within the Python when installing our Python function that we really found within Python. That's what the length, the length. The length now it gives us the total number of items in a dictionary. That is, if we want to find the total number of items that are found within a dictionary, we can use the length method to do that. And a dictionary comprehension, we're also going to see what is known as a dictionary comprehension. A dictionary comprehension is simply a way of returning something after a certain period of time, like for this number, multiplying a certain number by this number. It gives us we're going to specify the range. That is, for this range we return this number, for this range we return this number, for this range we return this number. That is simply what a dictionary comprehension is, and it also uses for, as I said, for this range. For example, the example we are going to use, we are going to start for x, that is x times 3, that is x cubed, for x in range 5. That means after for range 1, x should return a value, after for range 2, x should be returned as a value, and after for range 3, x should be returned as a value. And that will be all for the coding session of today. And take note that there are so many built-in functions that are found in Python, such as the value method, the dig method, and many others, the copy method, which we are going to see in the subsequent videos. So let's get started with our coding. We are going to open our IDLE. We are going to open our IDLE. So we have opened our IDLE. So we are going to start with our coding. We are going to see how we can create. The first thing we are going to see, as we earlier said, is accessing elements in a Python dictionary. And before accessing elements in a Python dictionary, you must create your own Python dictionary. So let us create our own Python dictionary, and below is how we can create our Python dictionary. This is a way in which we can create our Python dictionary. Sorry about that. I open my curly braces. My dic. This my dic stands for that I'm creating a Python dictionary. I'm telling Python that I'm creating a dictionary, which I'm going to take. The first name in my item, that's the key. The key I'm going to use here, as we said, this is the key. The key now stands for the group of items I want. I'm going to take the key I'm going to use is name, and we say the key is separated. And we see the key is separated from the value using a column, and this is our column here that we have put separated using a column. I'm going to take Kelvin. Next, I'm going to take the next key that I'm going to take is H. I'm going to take 24. I take next. What I'm going to take, what can we put next? Let's take ranking. And I'm going to take fifth, and I close my curly bracket. So I check if everything is okay, and I can say everything is okay, and I take enter. So now I want to add that we have created, as you can see, we haven't gotten any syntax error. This shows that we have successfully created our Python dictionary. So the first thing we are going to see is how we can access elements in a Python dictionary. So accessing elements in a Python dictionary, I'm going to take my dic, and I take name. So I want to access elements in the Python dictionary. So we are telling the compiler, which is Python, that we want to access just the name. That is now the key. The key now stands for the group of items. So we want just under this group of item, under the key, which is the group of item, we want just the name as our result. So the compiler is going to return just the name as our result. And if we take enter, as you can see successfully, yes, Python has given us our name as a result. So that is how we can access element in our Python dictionary. We simply create our own dictionary, and we create my dic, and whatever we want to access, be the name, the H, whatever key or item we want to access, we just write just the key, which stands for the group of item, and Python will return it as our result. So next we are going to see how we can add or modify entries to a dictionary. So next, since we have already created our Python dictionary, I'm going to take the Python dictionary in which we have modified, and I take copy, I take enter. So now I want to add or modify entries to a dictionary. As we earlier said during the explanations, we said that we can use the operator sign, that is the equals to operator sign. This operator sign, we can use this operator sign to add entries to the already existing Python dictionary. This operator sign, these ones, we can use them to add entries to a dictionary. So since we have already created our Python dictionary, this is what we are going to do. So I'm going to tell Python that I'm going to say my dic starts from my dictionary. I take status, and I'm adding status. What I want to add now is a status. Also, and I take the status, and the status which I want to add is regular. So I'm telling Python that Python should add this particular status. Should add this particular status which is regular to the already existing dictionary. That is, it should add the key which is a status and the value which is a regular to the already existing Python dictionary. And if I take enter and I take print, then Python should print now the new existing and we take enter. So we are telling Python that Python should print the newly created Python dictionary, and we can see that yes, we have added a new key which is a status and a new regular and a new value which is regular. So that is how we can add elements and we can add entries to an already existing Python dictionary. Hope the coding session is interesting, and hope you are understanding. So next we are going to see how we can remove or delete elements from a Python dictionary. We normally said that we are going to use the pop method. Yeah, we are going to use the pop method in removing a particular key value in an already existing Python. We want just that key value which is removed to be our existing dictionary. So that is what we are going to do. Take note that there is another function which is in the inbuilt function that we can use to remove a particular value, and the result return will be the remaining dictionary. There is another function like that which exists in the inbuilt function. So now we are going to use the pop method to remove a particular key value which is returned as our result. So let's see how we can do that. We open our IDLE and we paste our already existing Python dictionary that we have created, and we take enter. I'm going to take my dic and I take pop. That is pop. Now that is a function that removes a particular key value function, a particular key value in an already existing Python dictionary. And I take pop and I take my listen. I'm going to remove h. I'm going to remove h. Take note that there should not be any adding. You should not add any extra letter when writing your code, or you get syntax error. So if I can check, I can say everything is okay. And I take enter. So as you can see, as I said, we have removed just 24. The result returned is just 24, shows that we have subtracted 24 from the already existing Python dictionary. and which it has been written as our result. And I said earlier, there's another inbuilt function in Python that we can remove just 24, and the result returned with the remaining Python dictionary, which in our key, maybe when we use the function, will be the name, the name and the ranking. So next we are going to see is a Python dictionary, a dictionary membership test. A dictionary membership test, as I said earlier, is to check if something belongs to a particular dictionary, if a key value pair belongs to a particular dictionary in which we are going to see that. So I'm going to take key value, and I'm going to see that, or we can use, or let's use another example. You can see, I can take another example, TROY, and I take it, and I take NHF, so I check to see if everything is okay, and so you can see everything is okay, and I take, so I can now I want to check if a certain value belongs to our existing dictionary. So I'm going to say for I'm going to say for value in so I can not like that. I have to take print for in my print for, and I take enter false. The result is false. It shows that 4 doesn't belong in our dictionary. So let's take another example. I copy this and I take copy, I come and paste, since it's already our existing, and I take enter, and I take print for print for not in my dic. I take enter, shows as true, which shows that yes, 4 doesn't belong in our dictionary. So as we earlier said, a Python dictionary, a membership test, just to show that something belongs to a particular, if it belongs to that particular dictionary, and if the result, and if we use the in operator, it shows that yes, if the result is written as true, it shows that yes, this function, this key value belongs to this particular dictionary, and if it returns as no, as false, it shows that this key value doesn't belong to that dictionary. So next we are going to see how we can use the inbuilt function. The example that we are going to use, is the length value. The length value simply returns the total number. The length value simply returns the total number of items, within a dictionary. That is, if there are 3 items, that is 3 key values, it returns that the result will be 3. Let's take an example. So we're just going to paste our already existing Python dictionary, and we'll take enter, and we'll take x equals to length, and I take take print x. We can see our result written is 3. It shows that there are 3 key value items are present in this Python dictionary, which the key values are 2 and 8, 8 and 3 respectively. So that's how we can check if something belongs in a particular, we can check the total number of key values in a Python dictionary. So next, what we are going to see is a dictionary comprehension. So a dictionary comprehension, as I earlier said, is simply integrates through a Python dictionary. When you integrate through a Python dictionary, at a certain point in time, it returns the value. The compiler, the Python at that particular instant, return that value as a result. For example, if we take 3, that's x times 3, x times 3 times x times 3 x times 3, so that then we take in range. That means at that particular point in time, x should return that result. At that particular point in time, the compiler will return the result for that x. For example, if in a range 4, the compiler will return the result at that range 4, maybe at 0 as the answer. So that's what the dictionary comprehension does. It simply integrates through a dictionary and returns the result at a particular point in time as a result. Let's see an example. It will be much more explained using an example. So we open our compiler. And we are going to use our dictionary comprehension. So I'm going to take cube. And I open our dictionary comprehension and set x. That is, x now stands for our key. That is in a group of items. X should multiply itself times 3 for x in. It uses for the for statement, that is for a particular point in time. I will take in range 4, and we close our curly braces. Now we are creating a dictionary. Which x now stands for our key value, and the other x stands for the key, and the other x stands for the value. That is, in that particular point in range in time, x should multiply itself 3 times. That's simply what we are saying. So that is what we are saying. And if we take enter and we take x is equals to cube, and we take x cube, and we take enter, and we say print x. As you can see, this is our result. That means we've started 0. 0 is our first value in the normal line. So I've started with 0. So now we have started with 0. For 0 raised to the power 0 times 0 times 0 gives us 0. Next, I'll take 1. In that range of 5, 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. That's 1 to the power 3 is 1, and goes for 2. The next value is 2. That is at a particular point in time. 2 times 3 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 give us 8. That's 2 to the power 3, 2 raised to the power 3, and same goes for 3. 3 times 3 times 3 at a certain point in time is 27, and 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So that is what a dictionary that's what a dictionary comprehension does. That is, something raised to the power 3 in a particular range at a particular point in time gives a definite value. That's the thing in a range or in a number line. That's what it starts, and it usually starts from 0. So I hope this coding session was beautiful and well understood. If not, you can leave comments and questions in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to watch more video tutorials in order to gain more experience in Python programming. Note that there are many other built-in functions in Python which you can go to your Python you can go to your Python function modules and learn how to use those Python functions very well. They are very good, they are very interesting because it helps you gain more experience in Python programming. Please, as I earlier said, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time in the next video tutorials, and remember, happy coding.